Belhaven begins with the very foundational understanding that there is a God, first and foremost, that we see the Bible as inerrant, as the Word of God given to us, and it is a manifestation of His showing and revealing Himself to us. And from that understanding, at Belhaven, we take that foundation and expand on that in all of our courses. So what we want our students to understand is that God is the Alpha and the Omega, that He is the source of all truth. And because He's the source of all truth, we can read what He says, hear what He says, and know that there is truth in that. Also, an extension of that is that objective truth actually exists. That objective truth exists, it can be understood, and it can be discovered. And so it's that foundation from which every course finds its origin. And in what is unique to Belhaven is that we take that foundation and apply it as we look at history, as we look at the arts, as we look at the sciences, etc., with the understanding that God has created this world, and as we study it, we get an insight more and more into who He is. And classical education studies is an extension of that understanding, so that we want for our students to have an understanding of that basic truth of who God is, and from that be able to understand other aspects of who God is in His world, in His creation, in the literature that is produced, in the history, that all of history comes under the umbrella of who God is. In classical education studies, we don't replicate the Trivium, the understanding of grammar and logic and rhetoric is expanded upon in our program. And so what we want our students to do is to look at the concepts that are developed in the Trivium, but expand those into understanding the philosophy behind art, the philosophy of beauty. What is art? What is beauty? To understand what is truth and what is knowledge? Where can knowledge be found? How do we discover knowledge? And we do that through epistemology. We require our students to take logic, to take ethics, to understand where does good and evil come from? Where are the distortions and perhaps the perversions of that understanding of where good and evil come from, and how that's developed through the ages. And we also want our students to delve deeply into a broad scope of subjects. So when they look at literature and history and the arts and the sciences, they're able to examine where do we come, where do those theories find their origin, and under the background or that foundation of a biblical perspective.